Good morning students, welcome to the class. I am Rajni, your science teacher in DAV Police Public School, Kathal. We are on chapter number 9, reproduction in plant. Now we have studied about the sexual reproduction. The reproduction which take place with the help of sexes are called sexual reproduction. We are on the sexual reproduction in plant. The sexual reproduction in plant take place by the sexual reproductive parts of the plant. There are the various parts of the plant as we have seen already in a video, the sepal, petal. They are the various part of the plant, and the sexual reproductive part of the plant are stamen and carpel. Stamen is the male reproductive part and the carpel is the female reproductive part of the plant. The plant which has both the male and female reproductive part of the plant is called the bisexual flower. The flower having both the sexes is called bisexual flower, which has the both part, the stamen and carpel. The plant having the both parts, stamen and carpel. Stamen and carpel, the both part is present in the plant, then the plant is called bisexual plant. Some of the example of these are tomato, brinjal, mustard. These plants are bisexual plants. Here you can see the plant having the flower having the both stamen and carpel. The stamen and carpel here in the bisexual plant, the stamen is present and the carpel is present in the pea plant. So it is a bisexual plant. But some plant have only one sex, that is called unisexual plant. The plant having only either or the male or the female part is called the unisexual plant. For example, here you have the example of corn and cucumber. Either the corn have female reproductive part or male reproductive part. Male reproductive part and female reproductive part, and similarly in the cucumber, either they have the male part and the female part. So from male and female they have only the one part, so they are called unisexual, means one sex. There is only one sex present in the plant, that is called unisexual plant or unisexual flower. Some other example are papaya and corn, cucumber. These are the example of unisexual plants. So these are the two different, the male and female reproductive parts of the plant. The male reproductive part is called stamen and the female reproductive part is called the carpel or pistil. Carpel or pistil. So this stamen, it is further divided into two parts. The upper part is called anther and the lower part is called filament. The upper part of the stamen is called anther and the lower part is called the filament. The upper part, anther, have the female reproductive part, that are pollen grains. The anther is the bag-like structure which bear the pollen grains. And the carpel having the three parts. The upper part, sticky part, is called the stigma. Then there is the tube-like structure, that is called the style, and the lower part is called the ovary. Stigma, style and ovary, these are the parts of the carpel and the pistil. And the ovary bear ovules. The ovary bear ovules. Here the female reproductive part or ovules are seen. These are the female gametes. They are seen, the female gametes, they are present inside the ovule. So these two, the female gametes and the male gametes, they are involved in the sexual reproduction of the plant. Now the main process of the sexual reproduction starts. The main process starts with, which we have already studied in class 6. The main process starts with pollination. So what is this pollination? The pollination is the transfer of male gamete from the stamen of the flower to the stigma of the same or the other flower, that is called pollination. If the pollination occur on the same flower, the pollination is called self-pollination. If the pollen grain from the stamen are transferred onto the stigma of the same flower, the pollination is called the self-pollination. But If the pollen grains or the pollen grains are transferred to the different flower or the different plant, the pollination is called the cross pollination. When the transfer of pollen grain occur from the stamen to the stigma of the different flower or the different plant, the pollination is called cross pollination. So in this cross pollination, there are various agents of the pollination which help in pollination. Either they may be wind, insects or animals, and water. They are the agents of pollination. They helps in pollination.